everybody. Coach Mel here. Welcome to the Melfit podcast, where we talk all things health, fitness, and lifestyle. As you already heard on my intro, I wear a lot of hats. The only thing we didn't mention there is we are now magazine publishers. If you haven't already checked out our Melfit Healthy Times, if you're local, you can get a hard copy, or you can go to the link in our bio on Instagram or Facebook and read our digital copy. We just finished our 5th edition. It comes out 4 times a year seasonally. So today's podcast is a spin-off of my Facebook Live. Whenever I do a really good Facebook Live, I love to come to Josh's office and totally capture it on a podcast. This is a podcast that is relevant every single year. So the topic yesterday, it's November 9th, 2022. The topic yesterday was Coach Mel's top 12 tips for surviving Thanksgiving. So I think this is so relevant for anyone, whether you haven't started your health and fitness journey yet, or whether you've started, or whether you've reached your goal weight and you're in maintenance. It's relevant for everyone because this is the time of year where things could go really south. If you're overweight and haven't done anything about it, you could pack on even more weight in the next couple months. If you're B, on a weight loss plan and not at your goal weight, you could gain weight and go backwards over the holidays. Or if you're C, like me, and you've been in maintenance for over 20 years, you could go backwards during the holidays. So these are all things I have done over the last 20 years to not derail the train over the holidays. So I have endured over 20 Thanksgiving dinners. How do I, a health and fitness coach who's been in maintenance, formerly a size 15, now a size 1, for over 20 years, how do I not totally fly off the rails? These are my top 12 tips. I've been doing this for a long time. This works for me, okay? Take it or leave it, but they're really good tips. So, number 1, do not skip your workout. Involve your company. Get a football game going or do a Melfit 25 or Melfit Shred workout together. I regret that workout, said no one ever. The one thing that I don't understand is when people think about holidays, I think a lot of people think about total lounging, total sedentary lifestyle. And I'm totally great with, being in jammies and slippers and taking in a movie, but it's not until I get my workout and my steps in. So listen up if you're wondering how people actually maintain their weight over the holidays. This is how. So if you have a lot to do Thanksgiving morning, a little pre-planning goes a long way. And the one thing I talked about is if you know you're hosting, then don't wait till the day before to clean your house. If you know you're hosting, my mom, I called her, this was on my Facebook Live yesterday, and I would tell her, oh my gosh, I'm so sick of spending 2.5 hours cleaning my house every weekend. I feel like I don't have a life. And she asked me, why do you feel like you have to clean it all at once? Why not break it up into chunks? Which is so relevant for what I say to my clients all the time. How do you eat an elephant one bite at a time? So, okay, now Monday I clean my toilets. Tuesday I clean my showers. Wednesday I vacuum. Thursday I change my sheets. So that works. If you can do that for your cleaning, if you're hosting before Thanksgiving, you're going to be way less stressed. If you can also apply that to your cooking, then you're going to be in a better spot as well. So what if you made one thing Monday? Maybe you make your pie. Tuesday, you make your appetizer. Wednesday, you make your stuffing, and so forth, so that the day comes, and I'll talk about this again when I tell you guys about my menu. When the day comes, you're not so overwhelmed, and that there's basically no time for you because you're committed to making this huge feast for however many people you're having over. So plan your day. Okay, I'm going to get up at 6. I'm going to enjoy coffee with my company. I've already prepared the Melfit overnight blueberry French toast. We're going to pair that with some Melfit chicken sausages, which I'll put those in the air fryer, easy peasy. That's all ready. Or we're going to have the Melfit biscuits and gravy. That's a super easy recipe. I've already pre-cooked the potatoes and I've already made the sauce. All I need to do is throw that together, and I'm going to serve that with some fruit. So that way there's time for you. And then involve your company. Don't pressure them, but say, hey, if anybody would like to join me in the morning, I'll be partaking in a Melfit 25-minute workout. It's a full body workout. It requires a mat, a set of dumbbells, and a positive attitude, and there are modifications if needed. Or if you're at a little bit higher level like I am, you would say, would anybody like to partake in a Melfit shred workout? It's 45 minutes to an hour. I can make sure that I help you with your modifications because I've been doing this for a while, and you can either do really light weights or body weight only. I think this is going to feel really good going into a big meal, okay? And then you get in the kitchen, and hopefully you have, just like you cleaned your house, you have a lot of stuff you can make, put it in the freezer, put it in the freezer. And then if you're cooking the Melfit menu, you only have a couple of things to do, and we'll talk about that later. So, or if you like to do, what is it called, Josh? Flag football or touch football or flag football. A lot of people like to get a game going. Just get out and move around. If you've got a dog, it's a great time to get out and go for a walk. So if you're hosting especially, this is going to help your mindset so much because you're not going to be so stressed. Oh my gosh, I feel so good. I had my coffee. We're getting our workout in. I plopped the casserole, Melfit overnight blueberry French toast casserole in the oven. That's warming up. This is great. Someone's going to put the sausages in. This is going to be awesome. Okay. So that's number 1. Do not skip the workout. Number 2, do not go on an empty stomach. I repeat, do not go on an empty stomach. At least start with a Melfit green smoothie, which has 550 calories of yumminess. Bananas, blueberries, nut butter, almond milk, vegan protein, spinach, what am I forgetting? A date, cinnamon, okay? Everybody, if you're new to health and fitness, you might like, oh my gosh, 550 calories. If you're running and gunning all day, you might not get a snack. So that 550 calories is going to be your meal and your snack, and that's going to keep you full for 4 hours. So at Melfit, if you've had a successful day, you can touch all 5 fingers. What that means is at Melfit, we have breakfast, a snack, lunch, dessert, and dinner. If you can touch all 5 fingers, you've eaten enough. If you can't, you haven't eaten enough. And if you can touch your thumb over here, you've eaten too much. That's how we break down our day. I've been doing this for so long. My meal plans are how I live my life. When I was younger, I taught myself and have educated myself every day since how to lose weight and maintain forever eating amazing foods without deprivation. I learned how to count calories in a book, Calorie King. I did not have my fitness pal like you guys, and I would write. If you're one of my clients from my brick and mortar studio, you remember this. BS, what was it? BS LDD, breakfast, snack, lunch, dessert, dinner. I mean, literally, that's how this all started. That's how Melfit evolved. This is the way that I live my life. And if you're strategic, and that's why people love being on nutrition plans, because I do all the calorie counting and macro counting for you. So that's what we do. So for that day, go in with about an 80-20 rule. At Melfit, if you're on a weight loss plan or even in maintenance people can go 80-20 here and there and be okay. But if you're on a weight loss plan, you're 90-10. That means 90% of the time you're following the Melfit plan, and 10% of the time, which means one day a week, you're having a free day. So going into Thanksgiving, go in with the 80-20 rule. So rather than go, oh my gosh, you guys, nobody eat anything, we're just going to stuff ourselves. My friends every year host Canadian Thanksgiving. If you're listening to this, Dusty and Pete and Shannon, I love you guys. When I first got the invitation for the Canadian Thanksgiving, which is actually, I think it's the first Sunday in October, Chris is from Canada. The Evite or Facebook invitation said, bring your fat pants. And you know I don't use the F word, so I'm just saying this because someone else said it. And I said, not to be mean or anything, what if you don't have any fat pants, okay? I don't ever want my fat pants to fit me again. I have them. They're a size 15. I'm a size 1 now. I will never, ever allow myself to get back into them. But I just thought to myself, gosh, what has happened to the world where we're encouraged to come to a Thanksgiving meal in our sweats so that we can get so full that our pants don't get tight? Like, I would rather go with like what I have on now, like a nice tight belt and tight pants so that I don't stuff myself. But then again, that's just me. But they got such a kick out of it. And I said, I'm not being mean. I'm just telling you, I don't own any fat pants, and I'm definitely not coming to your house in my sweats. I think that recognizing that you're full is a good thing. If you are constantly stuffing yourself, you're going to stretch your stomach out and you're going to need more and more food to be satisfied. So here's a different strategy. You've got your 5 fingers for Thanksgiving. You're going to use your dessert at your gathering. You're going to use your dinner at your gathering, and you're going to use your snack as your appetizer. You can do one of 2 things. You can have breakfast and lunch, or you can at least have a large breakfast, which I would recommend the Melfit green smoothie. Then if you're going to use your lunch, your snack, your dinner, and your dessert all for your Thanksgiving, we consume, and it's just a baseline. We scale usually up from there with most people. Nobody has ever been told to eat less. We eat approximately 1,500 calories. So if your shake's 550, that leaves you almost, 950 calories, right, Josh? Mm-hmm. Math guy. 950 calories for your dinner, for your whole Thanksgiving dinner. So you're not going to be deprived. So number 3, get your steps in an extra if you can. Get a family member or friend to walk with you. This will allow you to step away from the kitchen and de-stress if needed. I can solve the world's problems on a simple walk. Plan on getting up early so you can get your steps in. So for me, I would probably do the workout right away, and then maybe right before my function, let's say I'm going to go to someone's house at 3 or 4, I'd take Oscar for a walk. I personally, if I'm doing my 6-week shred, and if you don't already know this, we start at 10,000 steps, then we scale to 12, then we scale to 15. If I'm doing my 6-week shred, that's what I'm sticking to. If I'm not doing my shred, I try to go right in the middle for about 12,000 steps. The one thing I think that people really miss about preparing for the holidays, not only preparing to not gain weight and totally blow all of your results, you have to mentally prepare yourself for people, your family, friends, and different personalities. You're going to be in a room with a bunch of people, and you might not necessarily agree with what they have to say. You might not necessarily have much in common with them. So I think that doing these steps with the workout, taking time in the morning to have coffee before you jump right in the kitchen, going for a nice walk to clear your head before you walk into this room. Josh, does that give you anxiety at all when you get around a bunch of family?
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's super important. And I've learned to, if I don't have anything nice to say, I don't say anything at all, but I'm also not a pushover. So for the most part, I pick my battles. I'm not going to a family function to fight with people. So a lot of times I'll just keep my mouth shut. Oh, excuse me, I have to go to the restroom. If it's a conversation I'm not enjoying, or, oh, excuse me, I'm going to go get something to drink. So just find a reason to remove yourself. Don't let people corner you. Have you ever had people corner you, Josh?
Oh, yeah.
Oh my gosh, it's like all you can do is to get out of that corner. So it's your evening to have joy, give thanks, be with friends and family. You make it what you want it to look like. Okay, so number 4, bring a healthy Melfit approved side dish if you are not hosting. If you are not on the Melfit app, it's really organized thanks to Josh. It's broken down: appetizers, side dishes and sauces, main dishes, desserts. If you don't see something on there that you're trying to replace, I am always glad to morph a high fat, high calorie, high sugar, high carb traditional Thanksgiving recipe into something a little healthier. I believe this Friday I'm going to try to morph a pecan pie, which is like did you know that, Josh? The highest calorie and sugar dessert out there. I think I did a survey years ago. Do you know what the healthiest one is, Josh?
What?
Pumpkin.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So I'm going to morph that on Friday. So definitely try to contribute. Thanksgiving is the time of year where you should not be afraid to just bring something. Like, you don't want, I don't know. I think you should never show up at anybody's house empty-handed. Just bring it. And that way you know you'll have something. So I talked about this yesterday on the Facebook Live. If you have kiddos, have you seen, Josh? It's a turkey you make out of veggies. Have you seen that before? So you do like a row of olives and a row of red peppers, and you kind of form like the head of a turkey with the feathers. So that would be something very cool for your kids to put together. Melfit approved dip. If it's your free day, hummus is healthy. We don't allow hummus because it's a legume, but it is definitely a healthy choice. Bitchin sauce, guacamole, Melfit, Dump Ranch, any of the Primal Kitchens dips. So definitely make sure that you're filling up on veggies first and foremost. So that's always a good thing. And Josh put it up on the screen.
Is that right?
Yeah, we should put that picture on our podcast. Isn't that cool? Okay, so on the screen over here, there's like 2 rows of cucumbers, then there's carrots, then there's red peppers. Oh, and they use the bottom of a red pepper to make the turkey head, and they put it in the dip, if you're listening to this. And then they use a carrot for the beak, and then another yellow pepper for the little thing that hangs down. The eyeballs look like they are what, Josh?
I don't know.
They look like they're eyeballs. They look like they're craft eyeballs to me. Like somebody cheated a little bit there, but that's okay. Yeah, that's cool. That's awesome. Yeah, I want that picture, Josh. So yeah, that's so fun, because your littles or your grandkids, they want to be in there in the kitchen with you, so let them put that together. Maybe you print that out and they just keep looking at the picture and they try to put this together. There's also a video, Josh, I just saw in there, so that's awesome. And the one thing I will tell you, I take a beating. I just wrote an article in our Melfit Healthy Times winter edition. What was the name of my article? Oh, has the pandemic affected your health? And if you add up the morbidly obese and obesity rate, we're over 70%. I've always been the minority, and I always probably, unfortunately, will be the minority, but I will die trying to get more people to the other side. If you know, you know. If you're a Melfit Army member and you're listening to this, you know. So I'm always going to take a beating, okay? A lot of times people won't even put my stuff on the table. A lot of times they just assume that healthy food is going to taste like dirt. Fine. I say this with love. If you eat like them, you will look like them. This is my saying. It might be a little rash for some people to hear, but it's the truth. I don't really value the opinion of someone who is overweight or obese or morbidly obese. Why would I care that you are mocking me and embarrassing me at a function because I brought healthy food? Look in the mirror. Like, I consider the source, and if you eat like them, you'll look like them. I say that to myself all the time. It really helps me not want to cave. So I don't care. Make fun of me. If I'm the only person eating the veggie turkey, so be it. I'm not going to have a headache the next day. Number 5, limit alcohol to if you drink. If you don't drink, bring some fun beverages. Kombucha. There's a lot of different Melfit approved beverages. You're looking for beverages sweetened with monk fruit, stevia, no artificial flavors and sweeteners. LaCroix, Zevias are a nice treat. They're very expensive, so if I bring them, I usually only bring a couple extra for the people that really actually care. So limit alcohol to no more than 2 Melfit approved drinks. We only have one free day at Melfit. If you were on a weight loss or maintenance plan, that's it. That's going to be your free day. I think anything over 2 drinks is kind of like the staying at a party past the 10th hour. Nothing good happens after 10 o'clock. You've drank your limit on alcohol. You've eaten your limit on food. If you have another drink, you're going to get the drunk munchies. You're going to feel like crap. You're going to unravel all your hard work that day, which is your workout and your walk. So I try to leave before the 10th hour. And as far as drinks, try to limit it to 2 drinks. And a hangover is a day you will never get back, and you will not feel like eating clean and working out. I promise. Do you agree, Josh?
Yeah.
Oh, man, I tell you, not worth it. You play, you pay. So number 6, drink lots of water. If you can't locate your water bottle, you are already behind. If you don't know this already, you need to be drinking half your body weight in ounces of water. If that seems daunting, half of your goal weight in ounces in water. You need to get a water bottle, figure out how many times you need to fill it up. If you need help, you can put rubber bands on the bottom. If you need to fill it up 3 times, if you have a 32-ounce water bottle, that's 3. If you need about 100 ounces, you would fill the 32-ounce water bottle 3 times. Every time you drink one, you take off a rubber band, and when all the rubber bands are gone, you have drank your water. So very helpful. I don't think anybody really has ever seen me without my water bottle, right? It would be devastating. I always have my water. If you're going to have a couple drinks. Also, I tend to drink things that I know the calorie count on. Vodka sodas, lemon and limes, love that. But I love a good glass of champagne. I know it's 100 calories for a flute, and I drink it slow because it's bubbly. So champagne water, lots and lots and lots of water, okay? Load your plate with protein. Watch the ham. Why no ham, Josh?
It's high in sodium.
Yeah, and sugar, of course, the brown sugar, the maraschino cherries. If you wear rings the next day, I guarantee you, if you consume a lot of ham, even if you don't wear rings, you're going to notice that your fingers are swollen. When you get your plate, load your plate with protein, okay? So the turkey, protein is the most satiating macro. if all you put on your plate was bread, you'd be full initially, but you'd probably be hungry half hour later because it's just empty carbs. So protein from the turkey is going to fill you up, okay? La la la. Let's see here. Next, load your plate with veggies, unless you've had a bunch of veggies from your veggie turkey, and Melfit approved items. Lastly, place no more than 1 tablespoon of off-plan foods on your plate. Number 10, try and eat the off-plan foods last. That's a challenge, right, Josh?
Mm-hmm.
I know this is silly, and this is just the way I do it. Take it or leave it. I do this all the time, and lots of times I never get to the off-plan foods, and I find myself satisfied. Why do I do this? Is it because I deprive myself and I never have off-plan foods? No. I have a free day at Melfit. I can have whatever I want. I do this because it's kind of a mind trick with me. Oh, I've got it on my plate, meaning I can have it. But what if I eat all the other stuff and I'm satisfied and I just leave it? So it's getting rid of that old adage of, did your mom always tell you to clean your plate, Josh?
Mm-hmm.
I think that's what causes childhood obesity. Is it's okay to recognize that you're full. It's okay to leave things on your plate. There's things called leftovers. It's okay. It's not wasteful. Someone will eat it. Maybe your dog will eat it if it's unhealthy and you don't want it, or off plan, I should say, you don't want it the next day. Like, it's okay to announce, I'm full. Well, you have food left on your plate. Well, that's how I got overweight, Mom. So I'm just going to tell you right now, I'm full, I'm satisfied, and that's it. Okay? Number 11, if you are full, and at my house, when my grandma was alive, she would make a lemon meringue pie, an apple pie, a cherry pie, a pecan pie, and a pumpkin pie. And I felt like we barely got the Thanksgiving dishes done and they were getting the pies out. Is it like that at your house, Josh?
Yeah.
Ay, Dios mío. So I would be so full and I would feel so pressured because my grandma made the pecan pie for me because that was my favorite. And I think my sister's was, I feel like my sister's was lemon meringue. So anyways, what I found works better is I enjoy my dessert so much better the next day with my coffee. So that is what I'll do a lot of times. And it can be as simple as this. Grandma, I appreciate you making that pecan pie for me. I'm so full right now. I would love it if I would love to just take this home and I'm going to enjoy this with my coffee and I'm going to snap a picture and send it to you. And I'm going to savor every bite. I'm going to put some Cocoa Whip on it and it's just going to be wonderful. So you need to be okay with putting yourself first and not eating something because you don't want to hurt someone's feelings. They don't know where you've been or where you want to go or just where you're at in your health and fitness journey. And you really don't need to explain it to them. You need to be firm on what you say, and that's that. And then I also followed up with, just because everyone is knocking off 6 different pies doesn't mean you have to. It's okay to say, no, thank you. Do you have a lot of food pushers in your house, Josh?
Oh, you know it.
What do you do?
Say I'm not wanting it right now.
Do you feel like most people take that, or do you feel like they ask again?
Oh, they ask again.
The other day, someone knocked on my door and I thought it was my neighbor, and she always brings the most unhealthy thing and she says it's for Iggy, and I'm like, Iggy doesn't need that either. My husband had 278 cholesterol. We got his cholesterol down in 2 months to 178. Like, I don't even want that. Well, Much to my surprise, it was actually Jean. And I was kind of hiding upstairs, and I was like, oh my gosh, hi, Jean. And she actually brought me a brookie, which is a half brownie, half cookie. And it was wonderful, and it was Melfit approved. And I was like, oh my gosh, this is such a treat. This is probably the first time in history someone has dropped off something healthy at my door. So, all right, number 12, last but not least, thanks for sticking with me today. Hopefully, if you are listening to this, hopefully you are moving your body, you are walking on your treadmill, you're on a piece of equipment, or you're outside walking. I mean, if you're going to sit here and listen, you might as well get your steps in. Don't take off-plan leftovers home to tempt you. The next day, it is business as usual, back to crushing our goals. This is super crucial. Like, there's so many things you can take. You can take the veggie turkey, you can take sweet potatoes if they are Melfit approved, but be really, really careful that one day that you were 80-20, and it's not like I don't want you to enjoy it and have a few things that you want, but there's no need for that to roll into another day. If you're hosting and you are making all of the off-plan foods for your guests, go to the dollar store or Walmart, get a bunch of food prep containers, and encourage everybody to take something home with them. So, excuse me, so that it doesn't tempt you. I excuse me, I should always start my podcast with this. Hi, I'm Coach Mel. I'm a recovering food addict, and I've been in remission for over 20 years. If I don't practice these 12 things, I could easily have a relapse. What has made me relapse in the past is bringing home unhealthy leftovers, off-plan foods, okay? So I know myself, so I share this tip with you in hopes that you don't have the same problem. Now you could be doing, let's say you started working with me in January, and you did bring home Thanksgiving leftovers, this could send you into a tailspin. It's happened to me, it's happened to many people where you've been great, you've had your one free day a week, you've checked in with me, you've lost weight, and all of a sudden you message and you're like, oh my gosh, I don't know who this person is right now, but I literally have been binging for 4 days on Thanksgiving leftovers, and I can't find my way home. I don't want that to happen to you. So listen up. Nothing tastes better than fit feels. I say that to myself all the time. So one thing that I wanted to talk about is our menu. Thank you, Josh, for creating this for us. We put this together, and it is a complete Melfit Thanksgiving menu. You can download my app for $1 a day, 7-day free trial. It is at the bottom of the recipes. After that, $1 a day keeps the doctor away. You can have access to all of my gluten-free, dairy-free, no processed sugar recipes. And what the menu looks like is this. Breakfast is Melfit blueberry French toast, which I would probably, just to get a little bit more protein, I would pair it with the Melfit, or the Sabatino's chicken sausages, or any sausages that are under 10 grams of fat and also have a natural casing. So our appetizer is going to be the Melfit spinach and artichoke dip, which you could pair with rice crackers, almond crackers. You could get a skinny kind of like baguette loaf style of sourdough, slice that up, or regular sourdough, slice that up. It's wonderful. Then your next course is going to be the Melfit strawberry spinach salad with Melfit candied walnuts. And I've got 2 stepdaughters, so there's always been like 3 or 4 of us at Thanksgiving. So, and my stepdaughter loves this salad. She looked forward to it every year. This is like tradition. I don't know if your Thanksgiving dinner includes salad, but mine does. Your side, we've got Melfit cranberry sauce, homemade, wonderful, fresh orange zest, fresh orange juice. We've got Melfit Paleo Stuffing, which is amazing. We've got Melfit Sweet Potato Casserole. And then for our main dish, and this year especially, I heard that turkeys are going to be a little bit more expensive, of course. So this might be something to think about. I can prepare you Cornish game hens in an air fryer in 45 minutes. And we top it with a wonderful orange glaze. And here's what I was getting back at earlier is my week is going to look like this. One day I'll make the sweet potato casserole. One day I'll make maybe the stuffing and cranberry sauce. One day I'll make the walnuts and the artichoke dip. So everything's ready to go. So the day of, the only thing I probably would be putting together is the strawberry spinach salad. The candied walnuts will be done. The dressing will be done. And the Cornish game hens. So rather than not enjoy your day because you're basting a turkey for 4 hours and stressing out if it's going to be dry or not, like, we love this. We've done this for so many years. It's easy. We enjoy our day. You know, you can get your walk in, your workout in. You can spend family time together, play games, watch a movie, watch football, whatever it is you like to do. So then I try to get Do you like Cornish game hens, Josh?
I don't think I've had one.
You haven't? Do you like orange glaze?
Yeah.
You do? Oh, I'll have to make you some. So what I'll do is I'm actually going to my girlfriend Donna's house for Thanksgiving. So what I will do is I'll probably do our Thanksgiving dinner like the day before, because I have to have this. I just crave it. My mouth is drooling thinking about those Cornish game hens. But what I would do, Josh, is I give you your Cornish game hen, but if you were eating with me, you'd probably eat maybe half of it, and then you'd have the other half left. So good. Even cold with that orange glaze, it's super good. So one thing I talked about on the live yesterday as well is I'm going between preparing the Melfit the Melfit strawberry spinach salad with Melfit candied walnuts, or depending on how many sides she has, or a Melfit charcuterie board. Charcuterie is all the rage, and the two main things that you're always going to see on a charcuterie board is salami, fatty salami with big white chunks of fat in it, and cheese. We are dairy-free at Melfit. Nobody's losing weight eating cheese. So you can't argue with me too, but I'll write an article for you, and I'll give you all my facts if you want to go toe-to-toe with me on this. So one thing to note about cheese is it's high in fat. Fat has 9 calories per gram, and carbs and protein have 4. So if you have a chunk of cheese that's that big, maybe as big as your thumb, off of this charcuterie board, you're looking at a lot of fat and 100 calories. Plop 5 of those in your mouth and you're at 500 calories. So what does a Melfit charcuterie board look like? If you would like the exact recipe, I wrote an article in our Melfit Summer Survival Series, and I talk about how I make these to go out on the boat, and I specifically tell you what I would put on there. Now, I know it's Thanksgiving, so I usually would do like turkey or rotisserie chicken, but if I were to bring this to Thanksgiving, I would do the chicken sausages. I would slice them up, and rather than pork and seeds, I would do like mustard dipped in sesame seeds, dried fruit, a little bit of chocolate. You could even find some dark chocolate covered blueberries or cranberries, some different nuts, maybe some granola, veggies. So there's so many different things, olives, so many different things, and a couple of yummy dips that you can put on there, and then that can be your grazing. What would be a couple of traditional appetizers that you would see at a Thanksgiving dinner, Josh?
Deviled eggs.
Deviled eggs, which we have a Melfit guacamole deviled eggs. You know what we always had, Josh, which is horrible, is we took the black olives and stuffed them with that squirt cheese.
Really?
Do you know that squirt cheese?
Oh, those are nasty.
Nasty?
I don't like that squirt cheese.
You don't?
Oh.
Oh yeah, that was like when we went to the store for my mom. Make sure you get 2 cans of the squirt cheese, and then we put it on Ritz crackers. I always remember having celery, but I know we put squirt cheese in the celery. What else would you have for appetizers? Probably chips and dips and stuff like that. So, yeah. So what I always tell people is, I don't want to go anywhere and feel deprived, and that's why at Melfit I am a chef, I am a food prep coach, I'm a food shopping expert, I'm a nutritionist. I can totally replace, not remove, probably almost anything that you're used to. That's what I have fun with. That's what I do best. That's where my recipes come from. Oh, how could I take that queso dip that everybody loves and make a vegan queso dip, which I have on the app. So, alrighty. So I am going to leave you guys with kind of a little quote and some encouraging words that I read to my Melfit Army yesterday, and we're going to wrap up. So I hope you guys utilize a few of these 12 tips, if not all of them. It's never too late to start. Don't wait for Monday, a new month, or a new year to begin. Every new day is an opportunity to change your life. You don't have to have everything figured out first to start. Just start. Everything is figure outable. You just have to go for it. Stop overthinking it. Strive for progress, not perfection, and you will win long term. Stay true to your vision. Make your actions match your goals. Be persistent and dedicated and consistent. Hard work pays off. Never give up. Thanks for joining me today for this Melfit podcast. Thank you, Josh, for filming this and all your hard work on getting this up. We will see you guys on the next Melfit podcast. And stay tuned for our next one. We are going to feature a special guest, my friend and client, Keith Warner. We've been working together for quite some time now, and we have lost almost 200 pounds together. It's going to be an amazing interview, kind of a Where Are They Now interview. We'll see you guys. It's been amazing connecting, inspiring, and motivating you guys. We'll see you guys on the next Melfit podcast. Be sure to like, share, comment, review. Anything else, Josh?
Subscribe.
Subscribe! Thanks, guys. Bye.